country music star Luke Combs' crossover cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car has unfortunately and inevitably opened up a new discourse regarding and alleging racism. That was the opening line from a recent Young Turks podcast discussing their response to a situation in response to a news article written in the Washington Post by a racist idiot who is brainwashed. Today I'm going to talk about this, and I will explain how this situation is a part of the Great Reset, since that is the subject of our recent podcast. The Washington Post article, written by Emily Yar, claims that as a black woman, Chapman's 1988 song didn't receive the accolades that a white male country star is enjoying today. In her article, Emily writes, quote, "To quite a few people, this is cause for yet another celebration in Combs' whirlwind journey as the genre's reigning megastar with 16 consecutive number one hits, but it has also prompted a wave of complicated feelings among some listeners in the Nashville music community." End quote. Really? She continues by explaining that, quote, "While many are thrilled to see Fast Car back in the spotlight and a new generation discover Chapman's work, it's clouded by the fact that as a queer black woman, Chapman, 59, would have almost zero chance of that achievement herself in country music." That's interesting. A claim of alleged systemic racism. Well, let's see if this is true. Tracy Chapman released her debut album in 1988, the year I was born. Good year. And that was the album Fast Car was released on. And the album was certified 6-time platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. The album also received 6 Grammy nominations, and she went on to win 3 that year. So the 3 categories that she won the Grammys in included Best New Artist, Best Contemporary Folk Album, and Best Female Pop Vocal Performance. For Fast Car specifically. So it was definitely celebrated. Everyone loved her music, including myself. I'm a big fan. Give Me One Reason is one of my favorites. Now, Tracy Chapman is a very private individual. She doesn't speak to the media. She likes to keep to herself. And previous statements made it clear that she likes to separate her music career from her personal life, which is why she doesn't give a lot of statements to the press. But she did give a statement in regard to the story, and she's super stoked. You want to know why she's super stoked? Because she has the publishing rights to this music, and because she has publishing rights, this cover has made her a lot of money. She responded, quote, "I never expected to find myself on the country music charts, but I'm honored to be here, or there. I'm happy for Luke and his success and grateful that new fans have found and embraced Fast Car." Wow, she sounds really impressed, doesn't she? Combs' version of the song has generated $500,000 in global publishing royalties, Billboard estimates, with the bulk going to Chapman, who owns both the writer's and publisher's share of the song. So, let's now go to Emily Yar's tweet about the subject. Quote, "As Luke Combs' hit cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car dominates the country chart, it's bringing up complicated emotions in fans and singers who know that Chapman, as a black queer woman, would have almost zero chance at that achievement herself. But she just did. And she won 3 Grammys, and one was for that specific song. Her album, that Fast Car appeared on, was nominated for 6. She's also nominated for 7 other times, and has Grammys for 2 other songs. Tanner Davenport, who is a co-director of the Black Opry, says, quote, "The immediate success of Combs' Fast Car kind of proves that when you put a white face on black art, it seems to be consumed a lot easier." That's just complete revisionist history, and it's frustrating how this is fabricating and manufacturing a needless, racist narrative. Did it happen in the past? Definitely. Elvis took a lot of songs from the black community, as well as many other artists during that period, so there's debate as to whether he gave him proper credit. Most people think he did, most people think he didn't, and some people think he did. Is it a fact that black artists would come up with songs and whatnot, and they would not take off because of the stigma of racism being blocked on the radio, and the white artists would do the same, and it would take off, and they would keep the money, and the black artists wouldn't get any of the credit? Yeah, sure. You look into history. Now, having said that, is today the same as back then? I don't think so. That's preposterous to say that. Are there successful African-American musicians? Are we going to have that conversation? Do people understand how mental that is? I think Beyonce is okay. Jay-Z's doing all right. The greatest entertainers, musicians, and singers we have now are almost all universally black. I mean, you got Taylor Swift and others. But this sleight of hand with in-country music is nuts, too. I mean, George Michael, would that have been well received in country music? Probably not. Would Ricky Martin? Probably not. Is it because he's Latino? No. It's because it's a different kind of music. So I'm not saying there's no racism or discrimination, but using this as an example hurts, their cause. Because Tracy Chapman is a legend, and nobody thinks she's not getting enough credit, including herself. Should we be aggrieved on her behalf and just fabricate a drama and a conflict that doesn't exist? You lose credibility and needlessly expand divisions in the country over nonsense and totally fabricated conflicts. Why do you do this? Because the entire governmental education complex is forcing these issues into every subject, and these children are brainwashed with this nonsense. Then they grow up into this idiot Yar who pretends that someone that looks like Tracy Chapman can't be successful without the help of this white liberal racist. Why is this happening? Because it makes it a lot easier for an authoritarian regime if we're all divided. Don't let them divide us.